The current champion Marcus Feldman on pole seemed to hesitate as the horn sounded, allowing Bernard, Alain and Audi to get off to a cracking start and Alice Bayer in car 3 to look immediately threatening to the veterans' race. And for several laps Bernard looked strong out front despite Marcus Feldman's challenges, with Alès continuing to snap at the German's heels. And in the early laps it started to feel like a battle for second place, with Bernard beginning to edge away. But with just 6 laps down, Marcus was right there again, hungry to be out in front. But his challenges also brought little mistakes that brought the front 3 cars together again. For lap after lap, this 3-car train continued, and something had to give. Alice Bayer's overzealous corner knocked Marcus offline and clearly ruffled the 5-times champion, who many would have expected to be some way out in front by now. Having given way, Alice seemed to overtake with ease, whilst Feldman lost momentum and a few short moments of chaos landed him in 5th place. Though quickly progressing to 4th as Frenchman Cédric Privot in the yellow car had his own upset. Meanwhile up front the battle continued, with Alès pressuring Bernard and eventually taking the lead, only to lose it 2 corners later, but still Bayer kept on the pressure. This continued for several laps until Alès Bayer, one way or another, retook the lead. While Marcus, for the time being during the mid part of the race, remained in 4th place behind Dario Vaselli in car 6. Well, with less than 10 minutes remaining, Alès had continued to thrill his home crowd, staying out in front and looking capable of toppling Marcus's throne. But Marcus had got past Dario and was now in 3rd place, but by no means as aggressive in the corners as he had been. But then came what he needed. The mistake. Bernard flipped his car and all of a sudden Marcus was in shark mode. 8 minutes to go and Alès was holding his own. His car seemed unsteady and at times swerved wildly. Was it a technical problem, or the nerves of a young driver being hunted down by far and away the most dominant driver in this class? Well, on lap 54, Marcus made his move. "5 minutes 40 to go and Bernard had recovered and was ready to do battle again. Alès' car seemed to be getting worse, but valiantly he held Bernard off for several laps, with Marcus Feldman gradually increasing his lead. And one final swerve sent Alice into the grass and Bernard into 2nd place. And with all the drama up front, car 5 of Cédric Privot was able to slip into 3rd place. So, after a bad start and falling to 5th place, Marcus Feldman from Germany sealed his 6th large-scale touring car European Championship, with Frenchmen Bernard, Alain and Audi in 2nd and Cédric Privot in 3rd.
For me, this year was a very hard fight, since I missed the start a bit, since my engine was very rich, so BR could pass immediately. I felt the car was excellent, so I stayed behind Bernard. Alès was a little enthusiastic in one sweeper, so he crashed my car, and after the rear end was bent a little, so...
I heard you shout his name at one point, I think, on the driver's stand.
Because it was not necessary. I had to wait for BR, and the same I expect from the one behind me. Okay, it's racing. But finally I tried to keep the car on the track, and I see that also the others on that very competitive track made some mistakes, so I stayed there and waited, and it paid out at the end.
Did it push you to the limits? Did you think at any stage, I'm not going to make this, or were you there all the time?
I think if you start thinking you're not going to make it, you lose. So I always tried my best, and it worked out.
Bernard, a good week for Team France.
Oui, ça a été un bon résultat pour les. Yeah, it was really a good week for the Team France. For driver on 10 on the final, it's very good. I took the best start. My choice on the car for the final was not so good because the car was not enough. There was not enough steering. There was also a big fight with Ales and Marcus. Some mistake happened. I didn't have the possibility to push more on the end of the race for try something with Marcus, but the result is very good and we are very happy. We will see the next year.
He take a normal start. He tried to keep his position since the beginning. He did a rating race to see what's happened in front, and at the end it was good because his car was really easy to drive, and on 30 minutes it was really fine.
Well, after the race, in technical inspection, the cause of Ales Bayer's problems were plain to see. A patch of tyre, perhaps 4 centimetres square, had torn away, and Ales had held off 2 world-class drivers for a large portion of the final, with a car that, in one race official's words, must have been virtually undrivable. Young driver Ales Bayer threatened to take this from you at one stage. We also had a 9-year-old in the semi. Do you feel good about the sport with young and new people coming into it?
Yes, of course. Every sport needs new people to start and to race and to get supported. I think now there's a good young generation which is on their way. I think the years will come and we will see. The fight is started already.
And before we leave Slavkov and the large-scale track Euros for 2010, there was one last driver we needed to check in with. Well, Martin, I didn't expect to be saying this, but did you enjoy watching that final?
Yeah, the final was very nice for me. The fighting and everything was very good. I was just very nervous of my brother because he was leading and then he lost the race and of the final.
You must be very proud of your brother.
Yeah, I am very happy that he did a good job. He was leading the final with the guys who are much better than he, but he showed his performance and I am very happy.
And what a great week here in the Auto Bay Arena. You must be proud to have hosted this.
Yeah, we are happy that we can host the Euros because this is almost best race in fifth scale, so I am very happy that we can organize this.